Alrighty, well, I'm sitting on Red Spider and I'm getting ready to take off. The next leg is going to Thor's eye. So let's get this show on the road.
Oh, Beagle Point, I rushed it. Big fucking mistake.
Why?
Just because I was
Transfer the
so
con.
insanely
Ascending
burnt
to
out
30 meters.
by the time I hit
Retracting
Colonia,
modules,
and then I
handing
went
you
from
the con.
Colonia to Seoul in a day.
Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Colonia
transfer
to
the
Soul
con.
a
day is not
Ascending.
bad.
Retracting modules.
It's just
bad if
mind-numbingly.
you did Beagle Point to Colonia in a day and a half.
Yeah, so
And you-
monotonous.
The day after you finish that, you go straight out to Seoul. It's shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't take advantage of the Neutron Highway at the time.
What?
Oh, then, yeah, you can complain about that. Yeah, if you're taking advantage of the Neutron Highway and you're
Engage
doing
Super
that,
Cruise.
Super Cruise drive engaging.
there's not really much you can say other than, alright, whatever.
And the worst thing was, my friend was like, "You should just go to Beagle Point." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'm gonna do it." And like 2/3 of the way there, I'm like, "Why the fuck did I do this?"
I think that's every Beagle Point run, though.
It's like going to Hutton Orbital. It's for the mug.
Well, Hutton Orbital, that's just an hour and a half. I'll just AFK and eat dinner.
When I reach Colonia, I'm going to find an expedition, an old one, that's going to Beagle Point.
There's actually a current one that's going to Beagle Point that starts on the 20th, but it's open for 238 days.
I might join that.
And that is a roughly amount of less than 500 light years per day to complete the trip.
That's not too bad.
500 light years a day. That's so easy.
Yeah, I know, but I was just doing from January 20th to September 15th. That's 200 and about 240 days. It's about less.
I'm pretty lonely here at Waypoint 6.
It's like
Yeah,
Can
because
imagine.
we're all
480
at
light
5.5.
years a day.
Yeah, I'm currently en route, that's probably why, and I'm also scanning things because I just came across one of my first completely unscanned systems, so I kind of went around and scanned everything in that system.
I just honk scooped my way here and gave up tons of
Just
money,
if
but
you,
don't really care.
If you dive up, or if you dive down or go up, you find loads of them, literally hundreds of them.
What I did is that I took the normal Colonia route, and then I guess if you did like refer to the galaxy like you're looking down on it, north, south, east, west, I just went far west of it, and I found loads of undiscovered stars.
Yeah, you travel off the beaten path and you shall find a lot of places that no one's gone.
Because there's some maps and it shows like all the discovered systems, and you just see like dots that show the outline of the galaxy, which is understandable, and you just see these 3 big ass lines making this triangle between Sol, Beagle Point, and Sagittarius A.
Some of the weird artwork people have drawn that they're discovering.
Yeah. Some people have actually wrote out things on the galaxy.
Spawn in your heart.
That is
I actually got to get these
dedication.
coordinates right instead of just screwing around.
But that's the fun part, isn't it?
Yeah, but flying back and forth over and over again gets kind of tiring.
I really wish they'd just implement drop it 3 weeks by now. Or 4 weeks, something like that.
All right.
It's a couple of months before Christmas, that.
50 jumps.
Well, I'd like to say... Actually, I can check on EDSM probably. I've had the game for almost exactly a year, within maybe a day or two.
Nice.
Interesting that we're not even close to being 100% participation on the different waypoints.
Yeah.
Yep. I've had this game for 364 days.
It's pretty nice.
Happy
Oh,
late birthday
why?
for tomorrow.
Good
70
God.
hours in game.
I just realized the game shows how much money I've had over time. And it is showed when I've just gone tanked out broke.
How do you... Wait, where's that?
Statistics? New thing. Yeah, statistics. Just when you look on your main profile.
It has like a graph that shows you where your credit level was at?
Yeah, it's like a teal line, and it shows that orange line for your max.
Huh. I don't think I've
Does
ever
it
even
correspond
seen
to when you first visited Quince?
I wish. Although I got Quince like right after it was nerfed, but I was super poor at the time, so I still thought I was getting big money. Same thing when I did Robigo. And then I discovered shit like Rhea and then Upsilon Aquari, and now I'm just getting, whenever I run that, I just get whatever ship I want and just get crazy money out of it.
Did anybody ever do the precious jewels thing from that CG that FDev put in, like a USS that was just filled with precious jewels?
When was that?
Oh, that was a long time ago. It was like 2 years ago.
Oh no, I wasn't playing this that far back ago.
That was funny. The CG ended real fast in like 3 days or something, but there's just a permanent, or semi-permanent USS with precious jewels inside, and they're each worth like 8,000 credits each. So you just
Scanning
load
for information.
an anaconda full of them.
I've been playing for 1,152 hours, and
nice.
Actually, 1,169 hours.
I have 6 weeks and 5 days.
6 weeks, 6 days, 17 hours.
That's impressive. That's actually more than me.
I don't know how many 600 hours is, but that's the amount I've played.
I have 763.
I have 5 weeks, 5 days, 15 hours, 23 minutes.
I have 8 weeks, 5 days, 8 hours.
I know, precious
oh my! 9,907 hours. So 3 hours, and I hit my 1,000 on here.
Nice. I've got 78 hours in game.
I've never had any disgruntled
Good night, everybody.
passengers. Nice.
Good night.
I've never had disgruntled passengers. That is actually pretty nice.
This money graph I have.
12 hours.
Well, I've had disgruntled passengers once, because I was doing an Upsilon Aquari run, and I learned far too late that one of the passengers was wanted.
Yeah.
And so as I was leaving the station in my exploration condo that just happened to have
gathering information, cartography
economy cabins
updated.
in it, I started getting lit up by the cops and got my hull down to like 40%, and lo and behold, the illegal passenger hated me for getting my hull all shot up, so he ejected halfway through, and I'm like, well, shit, there goes 10 mil, but also probably going to keep my ship on this time when I land in the other system. And it managed to end up like cut my bounty in half and made it super nice, because if it wasn't for all him ejecting, I think it would have had that week-long dormant bounty bullshit.
Insurance claims 197. I think I did a lot of quints.
13 weeks and 4 days playtime.
Jesus. Respect.
Approximate time played 18 weeks, 4 days, 14 hours ago.
Did you say 18 weeks?
18 weeks, yes.
Yes,
Jeez.
I'm not the highest.
The thing about my 5...
Nearly 2.5 years.
The thing about me with my 5 weeks, when I got VR, I decided to restart my commander all over again. So with that, I actually lost 6 weeks of in-game time.
Hey, on this trip, I'm going to be breaking my 300,000 light-year total hyperspace distance.
Nice, nice.
I'm over 1 million right now, light years.
I have
Shut up and
100,000. I just got the ESM badge.
Wait, can we just use all that, stored
Scanning.
up, like, distance and just go to, like, a different galaxy?
I think you'll need some grade 6 engineering.
Going to a different galaxy, I would imagine you'd have to dock up to something to do that.
Raxla.
Or wait for a future update.
It's got to be the next Jog station, isn't it?
Honestly, they
Well,
should...
you take like a Sidewinder or a small ship, and you strap like a 8 FSD onto it, and you just give it some fuel and put it in a neutron star, and just say jump.
So you delete the universe.
I actually did some math. If you theoretically
Completing
managed
system
got
scan.
an 8
Stand by.
FSD
Gathering information. Cartography
with a
has now been
Sidewinder on
updated.
top of it and gave it a neutron boost, you could effectively get 14,000, or what was it? 2, 3, 4, I think it was like 4,000 light year jump range.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Honestly, FDev
disgusting.
should implement the what's it called? Sister galaxies of the Milky Way, like the ones orbiting around it.
Like we don't have enough stars to jump to.
No, we don't
really.
Need that extra
We need
stars.
it.
I still need to discover all these.
We need it.
One of the original elites you could jump to a galaxy.
Are you talking about Andromeda, or are you talking about the Magellanic Clouds?
Completing
which are
system
not
scan.
galaxies?
Stand by.
I'm talking. we
Gathering
have
information.
I think there's
Cartography
like
has now been updated.
2 smaller galaxies actually.
Yeah,
orbiting
Magellanics.
the Milky Way.
Yeah, the Magellanic Clouds.
No, really, but I thought they were galaxies, not just.
Nope, they're just a cloud nebula.
Yeah, they are
Like
what's
baby
known
galaxies,
as they're what's known as super large star clusters, which are basically nebulae that are on a scale big enough to almost be considered a galaxy.
Well, whatever they are, they should be implemented.
They are actually interesting creatures.
Scanning.
Don't get me wrong.
I want to go to Thalgod's face.
That'd be pretty cool too, I guess.
How about Bernard's Loop? Can I go there?
Yes.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I know I can't. I was just saying, I want to go there.
No, but we all can. We just paid FDev to let us go there.
Yeah, we should not to.
Yeah.
I'll give them like 350 and see if they'll send me there or let me go there.
Depending.
I want to go to those stars in the middle of the coal sector that we can't reach yet.
How about Heart and Soul?
I was thinking about going there the other week.
Heart and Soul's easy enough to get
2 or
to.
3 days ago.
Yeah, Heart and Soul, California Nebula.
Can someone please
I want
explain
the
to me how a
coal sectors to be unlocked.
Can someone please
Yeah, there's
explain to me how a
stars in the
permit
middle of
lock
the coal
body
sector
like
which are unlocked, but you can't get the jump range to get there.
Can someone explain to me how a permit locked landable planet makes sense? Like, what's gonna stop me from just flying directly towards it and just drop my landing gear?
Body
You can't
exclusion.
jump in.
You can't lock onto it in this terminal.
You won't be allowed.
So you can't lock onto
It says
it. But
body exclude. It's like, have you ever dropped out near a black hole?
yeah,
It says body exclusion zone hit, and it doesn't let you get any further.
Same
That's
thing
what happens.
if you don't
That's
have
stupid.
horizons and try to land on planets.
because I wanted to try and be a bit of a rebel and try and land on Triton, but it's permit locked and all that.
I want to land
What
on the
what
moon.
what kind of happens is it doesn't let you go any further.
It's like
pretty
the
much.
planets you see that don't have the thing saying you can land on it. Non-landable.
I want to know
planet.
what's
If you go up
happening
to it,
in
you just hit
Polaris.
it.
Yeah, and when you go down to the planet, it says body exclusion zone hit, and you can't proceed any further. Like, it literally stops you like 20 kilometers from the surface or something.
That
I
sucks.
think more than 20, but yeah.
Point being, you can't actually get to the surface of the planet.
Scanning now.
I wonder when they're gonna unlock the moon.
I think they have to model it first, because they can't
Yeah.
procedurally generate it.
Yeah. And I sincerely hope on scale that they put on the rover and the landing.
Wait, a
module
quick
and
question.
all that stuff. And a white
If you-
flag, because the actual American flag on the moon is not colored anymore because of rays and stuff.
There's no flag on the moon. What are you talking about? It's staged, dude.
Yeah, man. Cool, Blair.
Yeah, bro. No one land on the moon.
Earth is flat too.
What about
You
Mars?
know, my first thought when people start talking about nobody being on the moon ever is, what about that reflector dish that they placed on the moon and
That is the exact argument I use.
Fake news.
Same here.
There is no reflection, it's chemtrails. You're
Everyone
thinking
who has a
too-
telescope has been paid off to
Yeah,
show.
but you're thinking too mainstream. The moon is a hologram made with chemtrails.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Reminder that every satellite picture that shows that the Earth is round is actually been made up and it's all part of this huge conspiracy. It's like all computer generated.
I absolutely love those people because they think that the outside of the Earth is like, that's the South Pole or North
They
Pole.
think
I
they're
can't remember
smart.
which one. The South Pole, and it's guarded by NASA, so no one can go to the South Pole.
Wait, are you talking about the ice
fucking
walls? The
retarded.
200-foot
Yeah.
ice walls?
Yeah.
Like they believe that because
wildlings
the water is being held in by the ice wall around the Earth.
People
Because Earth is
honestly,
Those
like,
walls melt.
they believe that they're
People are
smart. And that's enough of a
stupid,
joke.
period.
That's enough. The people who believe in that, they believe that they are like truly geniuses, and that's enough of a joke.
Or they're trolling.
Let me just
Huge
say
percentage
this:
of it.
Damn
people
good
are
at it.
stupid. Keep it at that.
and it's
That's
like
pretty lightly.
another one that's hard to explain. Then a person actually did tell me the maths, even though he preluded with, yeah, it's fucking wrong, but the maths works. If
Scanning
the
for
sun was a
information.
certain distance above the Earth, then a flat world would work for the sun at that distance. But the problem is, the Earth would also be burnt to a crisp.
Yep. Anyway, I'm going to
well.
bed. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I
See you.
guess.
Take care.
See ya.
Good night. Bye bye.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, people like that. I don't know whether to be scared or laughing.
One of both.
I laugh because I can't do anything else.
I mean, they go on about the government, but it's like tons of independent scientists can do the same thing and figure out and correlate it and fact check and prove everybody else.
No, it's all a global conspiracy.
And it's like, so how do you do that? How do you deny
All the
get
scientists
weather
are
balloon.
joined by the
People,
government.
scientists.
They're
I get a
joined
weather
by the
balloon and
people.
disposable camera to prove them wrong.
No. All cameras are hacked by the government, don't you know yet?
No. Because the cameras have lenses and the lenses are round, therefore it looks round.
Oh yeah, it's all a
shit,
fisheye
yeah,
lens.
that's
It's
true.
always a fisheye
Gathering
lens. I forgot about
information.
that.
Cartography updated.
Yeah, honestly, if you literally put a flat Earth in a rocket and shoot it up so they can see the Earth with their own eyes, they'd be like, yeah, no, that's fake. It's not actually a window. It's a screen.
Yeah, because my eyes are round and
Yeah, my eyes are round so they see the
Yeah,
Earth.
get rid of the window. See how fake it is.
Yeah, what kind of drug did you give me?
No, they put special
Yeah.
windows on the planes, guys.
Some good drugs, probably.
They're just vaping those chemtrails.
Oh boy.
They're huffing
that's
the
kind of-
chemtrails and getting the good stuff.
It's kind of funny. I saw a news article here a year or two ago about how stupid some people can be. It's this guy in his 60s, and he was working on an old pickup truck, and the rim lug nuts were rusted, and he couldn't get them loose, so he goes in the house and grabs his shotgun, brings it out, and shoots the lug nuts to try to loosen them. Of course, the BBs bounce back, take his legs out, and I'm thinking, how in the hell do you get to live to be that old and be that stupid?
I had a neighbor.
He needs some WD-40.
Yeah. I had a neighbor
Need
put a
some
bit of gasoline in her washing machine to get the stains out for some reason. I don't know.
Well,
Nice.
I guess it could get stains out. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
gasoline's good at removing. It's a good cleaning stuff, but
Yeah,
needs a little
turpentine's
mud.
used for getting smells out, I know, but not stains.
In gasoline, you may get a smell out, but you'll just get the gasoline smell in.
honestly, I don't mind the smell that much, but it wouldn't be all too nice to have it around you all day.
No, I don't
And it
mind it when
probably
I'm in the
damages
pump,
the-
but
Right.
yeah.
I actually live in a country
Scanning
where those fumes are actually a big drug problem.
Really?
Oh,
Mhm.
nice.
I know they a drug problem in like Mississippi and stuff, but I don't think they're much of a problem here.
I
Well, you
Yeah.
you used to have the guys
do
sniffing
that
glue.
with 15, but yeah.
To be honest, I frankly don't get why it's a thing, but
Because they got high off of it.
Well, speaking of stupid people, has any one of you ever listened to Coast AM?
You mean the Art
not
Bell
even the-
show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to listen to that when I was a kid.
Yeah, I picked it up like several years ago, and some things are interesting, you know, sort of like
Completing
in
system
Indiana
scan.
Jones way.
Stand by.
My God, there
Gathering
are stupid
information.
people calling in
Cartography
and
has now been
actually
updated.
being guests on that show. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I mean, I used to love it just because it was so crazy back then, and then obviously when I was a teenager and got older, I was like, "Oh, that's so stupid."
There was this one guy that was claiming that there's a huge alien ship hiding in the rings of Saturn, then that there's a atmosphere in the moon, and
The
of
type of
course,
shit that you'll find if you just start searching random crap on YouTube.
yeah, exactly.
And it's the shit I have found. And I
the
see the
movie
video, I'm
does
like,
have
what
an
the
atmosphere,
hell are they on?
but
No, a
Let's be
breathable atmosphere. Yeah, sorry, I should have been more specific.
as I was saying, let's be honest.
Well,
what
I mean,
is
you
that atmosphere?
could breathe it, it just won't keep you alive for very long, if at all.
Scanning for information.
My favorite thing that I've heard more recently was the one about there's some kind of large gods or angel beings inside of the Mount Shasta in California.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one on Art Bell as well.
That is hilarious. There's like whole cult of people who follow them or worship them or whatever.
Some people are just retarded, you know. And then not in the actual way, but just by being fucking idiots.
Now, there's gotta be something wrong in the wiring for you to be thinking like that, stupid.
I don't know, some people are just stupid from birth and they just stay like it.
Are those people retards? Like, called retards?
Compiling data for
Yeah, I
cartography.
think it's fair to say, you know. And then there's all those people that predict the end of the world every couple of months.
Yeah,
for
every
the
couple of
17th time
months,
this year.
the end of the world, so gets postponed a couple of months.
Man, what a
Well,
hard
all I
hit.
know
People were
is that
thinking it was the
Odin
end of
promised
the...
to get rid of all the ice giants. They're gone.
Yeah, true.
What was the last
People,
one that they said the end of the world was happening? Was that in October or?
Yeah, I think it was like
something like that.
October, like 20th or something. But it's like people that were like thinking the hurricane that hit Houston, it's like, oh, it's the beginning of the end times. It's like, no, it's a fucking flood.
It's
That
a
plus all the
hurricane.
earthquakes, yeah, the signs are there, man.
Yeah, it's like all these natural phenomena that have been happening for literally millions of years. Somehow, they're now indicating that the world will soon end. It all
Gathering
makes
information,
sense,
cartography
everything.
updated.
Weird, neat. Just become stupider, you understand.
I
Or
love
some
the,
people-
the guys over there in the States. What are they called again? The guys who don't want to follow like the rules of the
Oh,
country.
sovereign people.
Oh
Sovereign
yes,
people.
sovereign citizens. I love those guys.
What are they all about?
Well, they have apparently found some kind of loophole in the law, but it's not really a loophole. It's just like if you forget everything else about the Constitution of America, and you only focus on that part, they will they say that they don't have to follow any of the laws of the country because they are sovereign citizens. Like they are their own sovereign nation, basically, as human. So if they go around in a car that without tax, without driver's license, going above the speed limit, They will say, no, I'm not driving, I'm traveling,
Scanning
and
now.
therefore you can't touch me, you can't do anything.
Yeah, I saw the one about that guy, the natural man, or whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he was
yeah.
in there, like, yelling at the judge, saying, you can't judge me because this is all fake, this is all BS, all the state laws and all the laws and things don't apply to me.
Yep.
And, like, the first time the judge was just like, whatever, I don't want to deal with this idiot, let him go, dismiss.
I've wasted so many hours watching some of them videos. Why are the police so candid?
Because there are cameras around.
You almost want the police to say, alright, if the laws don't apply to you, if I punch you in the face, you won't be able to prosecute me. Because that was for instance. It'd soon be a different
Open system
story,
map.
I'm sure.
System map.
Close the map.
Leaving map.
By the way, your mic is really either far away from you or I
Open
don't
galaxy
know what.
map.
Stellar
Really hard to hear.
cartography.
Any better?
Slightly, but
Try
not
turning it
really.
up in Discord or whatever Windows too.
I don't get why people think they're exempt
Close the map.
from the law. It just
Exiting
doesn't
map.
make sense. Because
Open the
if
map.
I go to the United
Galaxy
States
map.
now,
Acknowledged,
even
Commander.
though I'm not a citizen of the United States, I still have to abide by the law.
Yeah. I think they know that they are not exempt from
Yeah,
it. They're
just
just
want
trying
to not pay taxes and stuff.
Yeah.
And
They're
even
not
then,
rich
they
enough not to pay tax.
Yeah, and then even if they were a sovereign nation, or at least they thought they would still have to get recognized as such, which they, on their own probably won't be. Especially not
because
There's
like
only one-
in the text that they are trying to follow says something about that no person shall go unhindered whilst traveling, blah blah blah, whatever, and they just
Warning.
focus on
Main
that
fuel tank low.
specific
Gathering
line
information.
of text.
Cartography updated.
Yeah, I remember that
but
guy
that's
who's famous
law.
on YouTube.
Oh, are you
Gavin
talking about
somebody.
sovereign citizens who constantly, at least in the U.S., constantly try and talk about the Articles of Confederation that haven't been in effect for like 2 centuries?
Yeah, the whatever it is, the Constitutional Congress thing or whatever.
It's like, yeah, it'd work all nice and well if that actually was used.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I watched that guy too. I think his name's Gavin. I can't remember for sure, but he's the guy in, I don't know what state he lives in, but every time he tries to go through one of those checkpoints and argues with the border patrol or whoever it is doing it, the state police or the sheriff.
But I like that they just basically just set up cameras in their own cars, going around trying to get pulled over just to argue with the cops.
Yeah, I mean that's their life. That's the
Attention
whole point of their
whores.
life, pretty much. It's just to argue.
I mean, they can't really do anything else. But then again, if they think they're a foreign citizen, they should be just banned from the country. Because if they actually are, they're illegally in the country that they're in.
Also,
but if you do
you're
that, then you
in
just
the country and you're not a citizen, let's say even if you're legally in the country, just like visiting, pretty sure you have to abide by the laws of that country that you're in.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I made a bit earlier.
Because there's people, it's like, I'm not a citizen of this country. I don't have to abide by the laws. Like, well, yeah, you do.
Yeah, well, okay, go to Russia and fucking insult every...
Oh yeah, try to argue with the Russian cops. I dare you.
Yeah, exactly. That, I mean, if you get them to listen to your arguments, good job. But you probably won't.
No, either you will get the drunk cop that will just ignore you completely, or you will get a like butt stock in the face.
Yeah.
Like, that's the two options.
Well,
you
the
have.
thing is, in Russia, their cops are set up to be counter-terrorism units as well, because they have to deal with Chechnya and all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been
I
over to
got
Russia.
go, so you
a
guys
few
have
times.
fun with not paying taxes or whatever.
Completing
I
system scan.
gotta go
Stand by.
sleep, so
Gathering
fuck you
information.
guys.
Cartography has now been
Yeah, thanks,
updated.
guys. See ya.
Good night.
Alright, see
Take
ya.
care.
No, I like Russians. They're fun people. I've been over there quite a few times. They know how to drink at least.
Oh boy, do they ever.
If you want a fun time, celebrate New Year's in Moscow.
I have yet to cross the Atlantic.
The most interesting fact that I ever learned about Russia came from a person who moved into my class from Russia, and it's the fact that there is a drink that is literally it's got gold particles in it, so it lacerates your mouth a little bit, so you can consume more alcohol at a time.
Yeah, we have that as well over here in Sweden. You can get it in there. We don't have this store, like you can't buy like in just any store. We have special stores where you can buy the hard liquor and you can get it there.
Is Timbolaget or what's it called?
Well, I'm too broke for that, so I
Timbolaget.
guess I'm too broke for that. So I guess instead of gold, I'll just use steel wool.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing about gold as a consumable is your body doesn't react to it.
Yeah, I can't say the same thing with steel or iron, but you know, it's budget.
Oh, if you overdose the silver, you turn into a Smurf.
Oh yeah. Have you seen that guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that
He
Papa
looks like a
Smurf guy.
Papa Smurf, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, that guy is like,
Scanning
looking
now.
back, it was a really fucking dumb idea.
I know a guy who actually drinks that silver water. He's big into all these kind of conspiracy theories as well. Like he actually mixes like this silver powder with water and drinks it every day. He thinks it will give him like immunity to whatever stuff. Guy's weird.
Well, yeah, I mean, ingesting silver actually does work as a, fighting off infections and things like that.
I think silver does have like antibiotic properties, similar to how copper does.
But it can't be good for you. Like drinking it every day.
No,
Yeah,
putting
probably.
that much of like any metal in your body will fuck you up. It's like, yeah, a little bit of copper and zinc is good for you, but if you eat like pennies, you got a fucking problem. That happened to my cousin.
I have a
really
kid,
died
and he
from
goes
poisoning.
So my immune system is fucking jacked to all
Scanning.
hell. I can't get sick, basically.
Well, I am still a kid and I still go to school, so if I do get sick, it's like a 3-day deal.
Yeah.
And it's not even like bad enough for me to just take off of school anymore. It's just like, okay, I feel like shit for 3 days.
Silence.
Compiling data for cartography.
Oh great, the snow stopped and now it's freezing rain again. Please take down my power lines. I would love that.
Fun times ahead.
I hate that when the power goes out and something happens and the electric company takes them like 12 hours to fix it to get it back up.
I hate it when the power goes up for a long time and all the shit in your fridge goes bad.
Yeah,
It seems to
takes
always
a little more than
happen.
12 hours, but yeah.
Well, no, it
It's like
seems to
24
always.
hours or something.
It's like
gonna go.
whenever I'm on a road trip, gone for like a week or whatever, the power goes out long enough for everything in the fridge to go bad. So you come back to the house, it smells like sewage, and you open the fridge and, oh, what's that liquid?
I think only the power's gone out for me like twice in my life.
Where I used to live, it used to be super bad because stupid people in the neighborhood would just absolutely overload the system and you just hear transformers popping like flies. You just be chilling and the power going here, just hear whoomp. And it's like, oh, transformer blew up.
Oh yeah, you
Must
got
have
those on the
information.
pole.
Cartography updated.
Old system then.
Here, I can't remember having a power outage except for when the hurricane hit, but that was like 12 hours at the most.
Yeah, like if you got a hurricane or storms or whatever, that's fine. But just people overloading a system because they use this much, that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, in my old neighborhood, it was just a very old system in an old neighborhood, so expected.
It happens here. Well, it happened once, I should say, but mainly because a alumina smelting company had a cable fail. So 75% of the state's power suddenly had nowhere to go.
Oh yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, I used to work for a big medical manufacturer, and they used about like 50% of the power for that town, and 2 of the factories basically just shut down. So all the power that those 2 factories were shunted right back and straight back to the system. So the system's like, nope, not doing this, and just cut the entire town instead. Took about 12 hours to reset all of it.
Great for not from grid, it just has to shut everything down in the process.
Yeah. Yeah, like everything was fine. It just took forever to reset everything. And like because the factories were so big, they have to like turn on one
Completing
at a time.
system scan. Stand
they
by.
first had to
Gathering
reset
information.
the town.
Cartography
and then
has
you
now
could,
been
alright,
updated.
we start this factory now. And you shunt the power over to this one, let it get stable, and the next one, and the next one.
Similar to how in stadiums the lights have to be turned on one set at a time, or otherwise you blow the breaker in the main breaker of the system.
Yeah.
So we're all meeting at the black hole, right? Huh? Landing there?
I am on my way to Thor's Eye.
Call it the Event Horizon Run. See if you can escape.
Wait, Thor's Eye is not a meeting place, though. It's just a place.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you guys at waypoint 6.
Yeah. This should be called the Odin's Eye because there's like one black eye.
Yeah, the system. I'm already in the meetup system at the meetup coordinate, so.
Team
that's for tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I just down here because
actually,
I'd like to be a day ahead.
As you just mentioned, it is actually in the description in the description of the expedition that many people believe it to be misnamed for that very reason.
However, the meetup system at waypoint 6, at least is shown in the description and all that for the different waypoints, is from 260 light years away from Thor's Eye.
I'm 26 jumps out.
I am 14 jumps away from Thor's Eye.
I'm 20 jumps. I'm starting from waypoint 5.
Yeah, I've been flying from waypoint 5 this whole time.
Yeah, I've only got 30 jump range, 30 light year.
Yeah, I got 35. My clip.
Scanning for information.
I have I've yet to engineer my Conda, so I'm driving my Asp.
About the second I got my Conda, I started engineering it. I really only fast-tracked engineering my Conda is because I got ganked twice right after buying it, and so I was broke. I'm just gonna take my exploration trip. Gotta engineer it real quick though, and I didn't have enough for a rebuy by the time I went out for the exploration. So it's a huge ass risk, and that trip that took me out to like the Holy Twins, Colonia, and eventually Beagle Point, and all the way back.
Scanning.
It's lonely out here.
Yeah.
I've made this trip probably half a dozen times, and I just usually listen to music and watch YouTube.
This is actually my second time to Colonia.
This will be my second time with this ship.
I never actually. Yeah,
Compiling data
same.
for
I never actually
cartography.
went out this way.
I went with the G&E expedition, the Nebula expedition, that ended up in like the center site. But we took the was a fun expedition.
I think this is my 5th time, unless you count when I went to the Nebula before there was Colonia itself. That'd be 6.
Who was it that pushed for Colonia?
What do you mean, who discovered it? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Was it the FDev who just
Scanning
said,
now.
"Oh, we're gonna do Colonia"? As a
Well, they gave
thing?
the players kind of a choice on what to do when Jax was supposed to jump to Beagle Point. So they said there was UA bombing or whatever, and it was like you could UA bomb it, you could leave it alone. If you left it alone, it goes to Beagle Point. If UA bombed it, basically, they didn't tell anybody this, but this is what the consequences were. And then since they UA bombed Jax before it left, it went to a random nebula because
Right.
whatever, the UAs decided to call the Starboys to make it witch space out into a random nebula.
Right.
That's interesting. I didn't know about that.
Because the Maya and the stations out there, that was
Scanning
Obsidian
now.
Ant, of course, pushing for it.
Thank God for the people who UA bombed it, because I would not want to just go all the way out to Beagle Point for a station like that. It'd just be difficult. Partially because the distance, partially because you couldn't do too much because it's just so sparse out there.
Yeah. And the way FDev usually does it, we're like, yeah, we're gonna have CGs to see how many things you can buy here. You have to transport this many goods to the station to upgrade it.
Yeah, fuck that. If it's a Beagle Point, most people won't even be able to jump out there. You need like 50 or so light years, I think, or maybe 40.
No, you can do it with like 30 or a little bit less than 30. It's just you have to plan it. You have to plan everything carefully and have your podium. And
But if you were just want to push right through those voids in between the arms, you're gonna need like 40 or 50
Nope, 17.3 is enough.
to push through the in between the arms out to Beagle Point.
Bronze flow crossing can be done with 17.33.
Damn.
A lot of jumps there.
It is a lot of jumps and a lot of jumponium, but it's doable.
Oh, Jumponium, that's the trick.
yeah, that and you have to plot it exactly the right way, like people
Compiling data for
made
cartography.
maps of the corridors and stuff.
That's one thing I really love about this game, is the community's obsession with just figuring everything out.
Yeah, Aramis is crazy. I mean, that's insane what he did when you think about it.
And the whole like group of Canon as well, like what they did.
Yeah, the way they figure out to use the spectrum analyzer. Wow, that was just really, really cool.
It's the hive mind. Like get enough people together and like they can basically solve anything. Because there will be one person there to like, yeah, if you think about that.
You see, there's another thing in game design theory where online games appeal to 3 types of players. Elite Dangerous specifically appeals to the exploration kind of player, which means that the majority of its player base are the kinds of people who want to map things out, who want to figure out what's possible and what's not. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked by that survey saying that pretty much everybody that plays this game almost is explorers, and then there's like 10% or whatever are PvPers.
Yeah. No, I can believe it.
I don't think it's unfair to say that the exploration bit is the most accessible one. You don't really need a lot for that. I mean, if you want to go into PvP, you need at least some equipment. Otherwise, it'll just be...
Well, you need good equipment, of course the money for all that, and you'll need the engineering for it.
And even if you're engineered, it doesn't mean you're going to be good enough.
This game looks off people who want instant gratification.
Completing system scan. Stand by.
Oh, that's why I
Gathering
like it so
information.
much.
Cartography.
Yeah, that's why I work so fucking hard for anything.
The only thing I really don't like is the RNG. I think there's a little too many layers of it.
Yeah, I don't like RNG either.
One thing I do like about this game is, first, it's not that instant gratification. Second, you can just chill in it. Because there's a lot of games it's not instant gratification, but it's like a pure combat game or something. It's like it gets real tired real quick. But here, you can go from doing pure combat, get burnt out on that, and go explore and just be chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I always ask a player who says, "Oh, I'm just burned out," and I'm like, "Well, did you try doing something else?"
Yeah, I never really get truly burned out in Elite. I just get burned out doing one play style.
Yeah.
Like
mining's fun for a bit, you know.
I mined
Gathering
for
information,
a
cartography updated.
for a good month because I was just burned out from things that was happening IRL, and mining was just a good way to unwind.
I can believe that.
Completely.
Unless I tried mining before the Olympics. Because I tried that. And that was not fun.
Yeah, Olympics are key.
I've been doing drawing on the computer before, and I've had a mate doing some mining, and I've just left my Python floating in space just in case anything came along. It's quite fun, actually.
I do wish that had one of the Frontier mining machines just to give it a bit more variety.
Frontier mining machines?
Yeah, in the old games you could just drop down to a planet and deploy basically a portable factory.
Oh yes,
Scanning for
please give me
information.
that. I want to get that whole engineer the easy way.
Like the ones that you can actually find on planets at the moment. Drop those little towers.
I want to have a big, another planetary vehicle. You can just park out there and just set to work to like drill or whatever, do something like that.
Some sort of
I
harvester.
wish you could have some kind of hard point where you land your ship and you just turn on a drill and mine.
Yeah.
You
I
probably
really
need a lot of tungsten to
like
make
that.
that drill go deeper.
Well, oh well.
We have the cargo space for that.
Having the cargo space, have the money.
Yeah, I hope one of the quality of life things is that they do the SRVs like they do the 5.2, so you just 3D print another one.
One thing I would like for them to implement is that you could sort of plan your route with waypoints, not just from point A to point B, but I want to.
I think every day I've been in these voice calls, someone, including me, has proposed that. And because it's just such a great idea.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like, put down your markers, and then just plot via them.
It's like, you set your point A, you set your point B, and you start, I guess, typing in or copy-pasting in waypoints along the way for your little scenic route.
Exactly.
So, how many of you would like to get away from Super Cruise and instead do warping between objects or markers
Scanning.
in space?
Button orbital.
Like Eve.
Yeah, like Eve. Like, you set a coordinate where you want to go, and you basically point your ship there, and you will go to that coordinate.
Like
So
a station or something?
Yeah, like in station, or you can actually just punch in coordinates.
I mean, that was the original plan that Frontier
Yeah,
wanted to
exactly.
do, but people said it wasn't realistic enough, that we needed to travel things, and so that's when they invented Super Cruise.
Yeah. So, how many of you would like to get away from Super Cruise and do that?
I don't know. I think
I'm
it's kind
fine
of
with both, with my only gripe being Hutton Orbital, but that's it.
I really wouldn't say no to an autopilot. I really don't think Super Cruise is that engaging.
No, it's not.
Super
But
Cruise is not really my kind of fun. Like, sure, it's like
I
you
would
can
like a
cruise
jump
around and
and
look at the planet, sure, but having doing the triangulate the 3D map, put it I want to do I want to jump there. You could plot your route like that, and then set your ship to go to the different coordinates. I would really like
Completing
that.
system scan. Stand
I
by.
wonder what they do to
Gathering
exploration,
information.
though.
Cartography has now been
I would
updated.
like it to jump between coordinates, so I can set 1,000 light year jump, set it to scan the planets, and then press go.
That's
and then
just
go.
automating the game.
So you're talking like in a system, you could set waypoints in the system, want it to go here, and you'd autopilot it?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. As long as you still do it at Super Cruise speed. Just
You would do it at Super Cruise speed. You wouldn't have to sit there manually flying your ship. You would go to if you have to go around a planet because what you want to go to is on the other side. You have to set it at a slight angle. You have to set several points because the ship will only travel in a straight line. It won't be curving.
You set your course, and then at a point where a planet may be blocking, you have a course correction, and then to get around it, you'd have another course correction or two.
It's like heading hold mode on an autopilot or something like that.
It kind of reminds me how the navigation was for, I believe, is Silent Hunter, one of those sub games or one of the billion sub games.
Yes,
I'd like
because
to
I
be
was
able to
playing.
gather
It's like you
information
set the
on
line,
the
point on the map, and you just go, and then you can set another one. That'd be so nice to have.
Yes, because I play the shit out of Silent Hunter games.
I haven't even played it. I just seen stuff on YouTube, and I'm like, that is a cool ass looking game.
It's the same kind of thing with Elite, I think. Yeah, Silent Hunter, because you can play it for hours and nothing really happens. And then you have these intense moments where you have to figure out plot the course of these torpedoes, and you have to hide and everything like that. But it takes a while to get there. It's not instant gratification at all.
Compiling data for cartography.
Yeah, I've always been kind of a loner. It's a perfect game for me.
I think I missed most of what you said. I just heard King for me.
Yeah, sorry. I said I've always been kind of a loner, so it's a perfect game for me.
And one thing I like about Elite is I can play with my friends or just play by myself, and it doesn't make a difference. Because I can do it in open. If I'm in the middle of nowhere, open's basically the same as solo.
Yeah.
I too enjoy playing with myself. If you know what I mean.
Hi,
No,
Astacon.
dude, tell me
Hey, Astacon's here.
more. And Thor jumps away from Thor's eye.
Thor's IB is fucking weird.
Black holes are fucking weird.
Yes. The exclusion zone on Thor's IB is inside
Scanning for information.
gravitational lensing. So
That's
when,
why I wasn't gonna drop it on Thor's eye, because that gravitational lensing, it fucking spooks me.
Yes.
I
when
love
you
it.
jump back out, the entire Milky Way galaxy seems to be approaching you at like 1 light second a second for a while. And you're like, what is going on here? And then after 15 seconds of that, it gets less trippy.
If you can find it, there's a really nice black hole in a pink nebula. That's amazing.
It just gets too trippy for me. My brain basically says no, and I get all spooked and scared and shit when I see all that gravitational lensing. You know, it's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my first experience was going into the black hole in Maya, and I was thinking, getting closer, I was thinking, when is it going to force me out? When is it going to force me out? When is it going to force me out? And then it's like, oh, it's not forcing me out, so I dropped out. And then just flying around, I was like, this shit's just too freaky.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I mean, when I say it's trippy, I mean it in a more literal sense.
About 60 kilometers or so. It's 60 kilometers. Yeah, actually, 60 kilometers or so is the exclusion zone. It is not very big at all. And just flying in normal space at maximum speed, like 300 meters per second, you can see the gravitational lensing sort of fly past you.
That's what was going on in Maya, and that's what really freaked me out, because, like, in Super Cruise, like, I understand the gravitational lensing, because you're hauling ass. But
yeah,
then in normal space, when I still saw it moving, I was like, oh, this ain't right at all. Nothing in space should be moving like that. Or appear to be moving like that.
Yeah. And then at what point it looks like it just flips on itself. It's freaky.
Yeah, my brain's like, it's taking in the wrong kind of information, and it's not processing it right either.
Completing system scan. Stand by.
Are we
Gathering
heading
information.
to the Lagoon
Cartography
Nebula
has now been updated.
after Thor's Eye, or is Thor's Eye the actual thing?
That is not the meetup place. The meetup place is a little bit further along.
Give me
The
your
meetup place is
commanders'
beautiful
names.
as fuck.
Oh, it is. I'm already landed. It's amazing. Give me those commanders' names, and I can get y'all in a wing for you to meet up on my beacon.
You already have me in your friends list, Huntress V.
And Wally West, please.
And Tater Chip.
I'm not showing up
Wanna get
as you on my friends as Huntress.
I could have sworn you. Okay, what's your username?
Balkan Turbofolk.
Really?
my
Vulcan
friends
Turbofolk?
Yes, really.
Can I please ask you why?
It had to do with 2 in the morning and my friends, and I agreed.
Okay.
And my friend who I got into this game recently, he named his commander 410.
Okay, so can you send me a friend's request then?
It's
Since
just
my name's
Huntress
easier.
V, no spaces or spaces.
No spaces.
That's basically the worst kind of music there is.
Scanning.
I know, right?
What music?
Balkan Turbofolk.
Oh, I've actually never heard of that before.
Yeah, you're not missing much. Don't Google it.
It's so shitty that I just ironically listen to it, but can't deny that it's shitty. I sent you a request.
There's one other commander here at Thor's Eye. In the Diamondback Explorer.
Okay. I've accepted your friend's request.
Yep, just in the wing.
I'm landing at the station right now before I go to the waypoint.
And a wing beacon would probably help.
Yeah, I'm 10 jumps out.
This is a potato planet. It's too small. I can't go slow enough.
Okay, I'm heading straight for you.
Anyone else need a wing up with me?
I'm about 10.
When I get there,
I'm about 10 out, but
if you can invite Wally West, I'll just land and drop out of wing.
Same spelling and everything as your Discord.
Yep. Well, without the CMDR.
Planet. It's so small.
Scanning.
this is Rudeman13.
One more person.
Rudeman13, if you can give me a invite.
Oh boy, I have to do something.
You're on the other side of the planet to the meetup point.
Actually,
yeah.
Oop. Well, shit, I got the better view.
The meetup point is negative 12.71, 119.7.
Oh, did you flip the numbers?
That's waypoint. Well, I'm reading it off as negative 12.71 and 70.28.
Those are the figures I have.
Same.
I got it from the forum. 119.7 is the second.
I also have it from the forum.
Then where the hell are you
Compiling
reading? That's
data for
waypoint 5. 12.71, 119.7.
Want me to send a screenshot of what I'm looking at?
You're looking at waypoint 5 coordinates. Wait, no.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at waypoint 6.
There are no coordinates for waypoint 5. I'm looking at waypoint 6.
There are
waypoint
5 coordinates. The waypoint 5 coordinates are 60.5, 119.7. But for me, waypoint 6 is negative 12.71 and 70.28.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that too. 0.16 gravity.
Yep, that's the
okay.
planet.
I just 60.5, not
You're looking at waypoint 5.
Yeah. Whoops.
Like I said, even if I got the wrong coordinates, I got the better view.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
closing
but at
in on the black
coordinates,
hole.
you miss the meter, don't you?
Right. So there's your wing request, and who else in the wing? One more person.
I'm not quite there yet, but if you want to send me a friend request, and then I'm about 8 jumps out. Rudeman53.
No spaces.
No spaces.
And then Potato Chip could use a friend request when you're done with that. Same spelling is in here.
Gathering information, cartography updated.
Yeah, you can throw me a friend request later as well, if you like to. Same spelling as in Discord.
I don't understand how I just made money from Thor's Eye. I guess because of the price difference, because I did it before the price increase for exploration or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, Thor's Eye is worth 69,000 credits.
Nice.
Well, I made 935 credits there today.
935?
Right. Send some more requests out.
I honked at it about a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before 2.2.
Then I guess when one of us gets down onto the surface, then we can have like someone else leave the wing and start their own and guide.
Yeah,
the
I'll
rest
leave
of them. Or
the wing. Yeah, I'll leave the wing as soon as I land.
What a complicated way of navigating. Only if there's like a universal beacon or something. But that would make too much sense.
It'd be too easy.
Universal bacon.
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 We need both.
Oh, there's a
enjoy
lot of grav lensing now.
I heard you like eating salt.
Got a problem with that?
I've got a salt lick sitting right next to me.
Yummy.
Yuck.
Is it Himalayan salt?
Sea salt.
Oh, that's fancy too.
Those flowery kinds, or
Scanning.
I'm just kidding. I grew up on a farm.
Best part about exploring is if you need to do something and there's like a star sitting like 200,000 light seconds away, you can just cruise to that while you're working on your thing. Which is what I've done.
Far too many times have I just fallen asleep while exploring. I might wake up in some kind of shitty position.
I think it's funny people who do that, fall asleep and then crash into a star.
Yeah,
and
that's
they
hilarious.
get heated
Well, the
up
thing is,
and
I
they
like
give up.
go AFK or something. I'll do like just cut throttle or something, but it'd be close to the Corona, and I just lay down. And, well, I'm tired as hell, fall asleep, and 12 hours later, oh shit, I'm in the Corona.
Who's Commander Rapj?
He's a player?
One of
Scanning
the
for
explorers
information.
on this thing.
Oh, so he just added me. I wasn't sure he's in the chat.
He's one of the
Yeah.
most prominent explorers that's been around for literally every meetup, like myself.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I saw
think
with the
he's-
last few meetups.
yeah, I think he's one of those people who have golden texts on ADSM.
Yeah, he just sent me an invite too, or a friend request too.
Are we on the ring planet, Waypoint 6?
Yes, the moon that's just outside the rings. I think that's the only moon.
I'm going to go to. Oh, it's Anacondas. Okay.
Okay, if you want to wing me if there's a spot, I'm 50 light seconds out.
There isn't a spot, but next.
I'm dropping out of the spot, out of the wing now.
Yeah, it's gonna be like wing hopping.
Oh, things are getting weird now. Holy shit.
Pop some acid, then go into the the gravitational lensing area.
Oh no.
Bonus points if you wear VR goggles.
Been there, kinda.
Yeah, I've got an Oculus
Scanning
Rift.
for
I don't have it on
information.
right now, but I might throw it on.
Oculus wrist.
I am now 82.1 kilometers away from it, and things are trippy.
It's weird, isn't it?
Oculus Drift and acid.
Fly perpendicular to it and go into camera mode, and then just watch the gravitational lensing as you fly
I
past.
am doing that right now.
It is so weird.
Oh, this is fucking beautiful. Screenshot time.
Yep, it's going straight on my Instagram. Actually, it's on it.
I'm just gonna do like this massive image dump once this expedition's over, just hundreds of screenshots.
Scanning now.
Wow. I just jumped into a system with 2 stars, flew right between them.
I had that happen to me yesterday, except those two stars were very, very close together.
Yeah, these are as well. Very close.
Gotta run the gap.
I had to deploy my second heatsink of the expedition on the way out from Thor's Eye.
I always forget that I have a heatsink because it's just always off. And I've never used it. I even did rescuing for the stations that were attacked by Thargoids, and I still never had to use a heatsink.
Really?
Yeah, I got this thing running cool as hell.
Oh, right.
With everything running, it's only at 19%.
What? Are you in a DBX?
No, I'm in a Conda.
Okay, that is obscenely cold.
I'm not even running an engineered reactor or nothing. Well, when I say everything running, I mean...
Check out the image in the image file.
But that's it.
Photos. Just post I really like that picture. You can see the lensing behind the ship a little bit. Not too much.
It's amazing.
Okay, I've just turned everything on that it can when landed, except for the auto field maintenance unit and my heat sink launcher, which are almost never on in the first place. And the ship is slowly heating up. It's at 16% right now, and it will doubtfully get above 19.
In my when I've got the full arm and armament fitted out onto my Conda, I think I idle at about 35%.
That's because that thing is just using up all that power.
Yep. It tends to get a little warmer when I'm in combat.
Well, yeah, there's a reason for that.
Like, yeah, maybe 40% if I'm not boosting.
Yep. My shields are charging right now, and it seems to be holding at 18.
Good grief.
Remember, the reactor's not engineered at all. The only thing engineered are my sensors to be lighter and my frameshift drive for jump range. That's it.
Yeah. What reactor are you running? The smallest reactor you can fit?
4A.
Ooh, there we go. That's why you're running like 19% heat.
Actually, I gotta check again. Yep, 4A.
I've got a 6A reactor in this thing.
I've got a 2A in my Type 10.
How do they damage this shit? How do they damage my stuff?
Probably neutron jumps. Or dropping in somewhere too quick.
Maybe. Don't remember dropping in somewhere too quick outside of waypoint 3, I believe, but I got repairs partway through, so...
Clobber into a floor, maybe?
No, that was all waypoint 3, and then I ended up stopping at like Amundsen Terminal or something. So...
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my AF into use.
I've got...
I'm going offline
Completing
now.
system scan. Stand by.
See ya.
Gathering information. Cartography.
Biggest
now
issue
been
I've
updated.
got heat management wise is I'm running full side thrusters on this thing, specifically for IG Worlds. They are taking up 32% of my, my power plant.
I'm running 5D thrusters on this thing. It is a dog.
Oh, good grief.
I can't even, and I'm running a 4A unengineered power distributor, so I can't boost with it.
Oh, I'm running a full size power distributor as well, 7A.
This is
charge enhanced.
Basically, a bus.
Oh, no, it's not a full size power distributor. This is one size down. I stole this one off my Python for the weight savings. I can still boost constantly with it.
I don't know. At some point, I may just get a second Anaconda for combat, but I'm too broke for that right now.
So nice to fly in combat. It's completely different to the small.
The Corvette is better.
Well, Corvette has 2 fucking huge hard points.
I love
and
the
from what I
Corvette.
heard, the Corvette can just shift around like a beast.
Yep.
I've not flown the
FDL.
Corvette yet. I am quite keen to get my mitts on it eventually. For now,
Yeah,
though,
I'm still stuck at dropship level, so I got a ways to go.
Yeah.
I have both the Cutter and the Corvette. the Corvette is way better. Like, yeah, the cutter is nicer looking and it can hold tons of cargo, but the Corvette is just... It's
if you want to
it's pure fun to fly. No, it's not even that. It's just fun to fly such a big ship, and it like when you're flying around, it looks nice, like inside, and like when you're just moving around in it.
One thing I like about the Corvette is what I also like about the Anaconda. The bridge is in the back, so you see the whole front of your ship. I just love that. It makes it reminds you that you are flying a big ass ship.
Yeah.
I find that quite inconvenient, actually, because it gets in the way of everything.
I like a well-designed
play SRV baseball
and SRV. I love that. I want more well-designed.
The second cockpit.
That would be nice.
Yeah, if you could choose between the front and back, I would always fly the back cockpit on the Anaconda.
I would land with the front cockpit if I could.
Yes.
I'd land at the front, but if it'd be like everything else, especially docking, I'd do the rear cockpit. Help with getting it through the slot because you have to oversee over.
Yeah, because I'll fly the cutter as well, and flying into a station with that one, 50% of the time I judge wrongly when I got all the ship inside and tried to turn.
That was my issue with the Type 10. I had a docking computer because I didn't want to mess with getting shot up. But flying out of the station, then I kind of get jammed in the slot or push some people out the way. It's just, I guess, Type 9 and Type 10 life.
Are you guys parked up on the ridge where the vets are?
There are vets? Where?
Yeah, they're just above the crater.
I hope they're not in a different instance than me. I may have to take off and check out. Do they have lights on and stuff to help, or what?
There is one red and two red yellow ones there. You can't miss them if you're here.
At least subtlety, unless I'm in a different instance. At least subtlety is an afterthought for them.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get a good kilometer or so up and check it out, the situation.
So good.
Completing system scan. Stand by.
Oh shit, I'm coming over the hill.
Now been updated.
Oh my god, the planet looks so good. You get a little bit of haze and all that. Elite, stop looking so damn good. Yeah, it appears I'm in a different instance. I don't see any bright red neon Corvettes.
I'll jump into my ship and I'll throw you a wing invite.
I'll have to go to Super Cruise and land again. I may have to push over to that ridge just in front of me, though, just for the better view.
Yeah, I'm here at the coordinates, but nobody's here in my instance. I think I'm the only one.
Who was that?
Ablative, ABL, IT.
Yeah, I'm starting to get ready for Super Cruise right now if you just invite me to the wing.
Yeah, just a sec.
I'm gonna try re-logging on mine.
The game is treating it like just a bunch of people in the instance, how it's like doing that tunneling thing when you charge your frame shift drive and just stays there. But no one was there. Also, those Corvettes have been ahead of the pack the entire time.
I love this black hole. I'm gonna jump into it again and jump out, just because that thing happened. Yeah, it's so cool. I love it.
I'm gonna go ahead and favorite this system just because I like this planet and moon so much.
Ablative, how can I add you if you're not here for me to target you? How does it work?
Only way would be friends, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I see. I saw someone in Super Cruise.
Compiling data for cartography.
I dropped in at the Thor's Eye again. I love this place.
I guess I can just check out the different craters because this planet's so small.
Good lord, my total hyperspace distance is now wider than the galaxy.
Oh, mine's been wider.
Yeah. I've been
not
bubble
speeding
hopping
up.
my career.
I'm not speeding up from economical route until I find an Earthlight.
I'm liking my total profits from exploration so far, though. I've managed somehow to do 123 million.
Scanning.
That is bonkers.
No, it gets better than that.
Oh, I bet.
I got 123 million just doing honk scoop.
That's mostly bubble. I've been on one extra bubble exploration trip before in my entire career, and that was only 800 light years.
I've made 261 millions from exploration.
I've made, I think 600 is what you need for elite, so I made 600.
I'm elite explorer.
I'm halfway through Pioneer.
If you get a chance, go to Sagittarius A. It is trippy.
I think I actually like Thor's Eye more because it's
gathering information.
Darker here.
Cartography updated.
Sag A is too bright.
I find it kind of funny that I've been to Colonia twice, going on 3 times. I've been to Meagle Point, never seen Sagittarius though. Never been there.
Oh, that's a bloody tourist spot now. So.
Yeah, bloody ganker spot. Granted, I can always just do solo or private group for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably get a passenger mission out there and make yourself a fair few million just going out there.
I could probably make more off of the exploration money, though.
I'm a fucking idiot. I've reached the system. Where is everyone? Planet 1A, is it?
Yep.
Oh,
However,
so
instancing seems to be a pain right now.
Seeing the galaxy just come towards you never goes out. I love it.
Who was the one who saw the Corvettes?
Oh, it was me. Did you not get my wing invite?
I did not.
Scanning now.
Sent.
The beauty about elites is no such thing as drink flying. So I've got a can of beer and flying through space. It's heaven.
Well, what beer are we talking about now?
Well, Guinness.
Yes. Finally, someone to drink correct stuff.
Yay!
I feel so lonely. Like everyone I know hates Guinness, and here I am, all happy. Like, oh, give me fucking Guinness.
Guinness is yum 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 yum.
God, it's like a meal and a half, though. Like, you don't need to eat if you just drink Guinness.
Nah, not really. But like, yeah, you don't drink Guinness to just drink beer. You can have other stuff on, but to drink have a proper beer. You have it.
There now, all of you can see me.
Yep, turn and then. Oh, this crater, and it's of course on the other side. Oh, it's 283 kilometers other side. I'll be in Super Cruise. I think that's why I didn't see the Corvettes.
Maybe you were on the other side, right? I thought it was strange because I dropped in on your signal and then you weren't there. I saw the vet and I came up to park.
My signal's kind of far from those vets, and I think I'm more than just on the other side of the crater. 283 kilometers. It's kind of large for a planet this tiny.
So, any idea what this tech broker is going to be then?
Basically, you could. No, that's the material broker.
Scanning
the tech
for
broker. I
information.
don't know about that one.
Oh, I was
the
a ways out from y'all.
Material broker is going to be.
Sell old modules.
Say again?
I wonder if it's where you could sell old modules after the new module system kicks in.
Oh, yeah. Might be.
Well, maybe not. I think y'all were where my location was. It looks exactly the same and all that.
So you can actually make a living out of engineering modules and then selling them.
I would love to do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, this isn't right. That
Gathering
mysterious
information,
white powder
cartography
is
updated.
coating everything for more than 2 hours here. Gee, you have like 70 people. Never mind. It's taking a while for me to drop out and to glide.
Alright, so I could just get a jump range to the next system of 200 light years. Is that a bug?
No, you just plot the route.
Never actually, I've just realised I've never actually been inside a nebula before.
Well, I'm parking between you, Wally West, and the Corvette. Gotta get that good view.
Okay.
At least we're not worrying too much about careful landings on this one.
Oh no.
It's a bit of a
Completing
chip
system
change.
scan. Stand by.
I could even smash
Gathering
this 4A
information.
shielded condom, it'd be no
Cartography
big deal.
has now been
Look at the cute
updated.
little dolphin though.
Okay, so I need to just get clarification. So Neutron Star gives you 4 times jump range, and then like the normal, like the other ones.
I think
White
it's
Dwarf
free.
is like 15%, I thought.
White
It's like-
Dwarfs is an extra.
Because I just jumped
50%.
4 times my range for going in a jet cone.
That'd be a neutron then.
Yeah, that would definitely be a neutron star. White Dwarfs only
Yeah,
give
yes,
you like
parties.
50% or something.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
I was confused. I haven't used many neutrons.
I've always
then.
misheard 50 as 15, and I'm like, White Dwarfs are worthless.
You just landed on another conda.
I did?
Yeah.
Not on my screen.
I'll send you what I see.
With me, it was a beautiful landing. No one crushed.
Hang on.
I guess the weak should fear the strong. Alright, whose ship am I going to drive on today?
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh god, the gravity's so low, I'm not used to it.
I find it's easier to put your hips into shields and weapons. It slows you right down.
Oh shit, I just flipped around crazy.
There, it should be in Discord in a bit. I'm just uploading it.
I haven't even been out of my ship for 30 seconds. My SRV is nearing
Completing system
50%
scan.
health.
Stand by.
That's a record.
Gathering information.
If you don't want to count the
Cartography has now
time,
been updated.
I just drove straight into a geyser and landed all weird.
Actually, you didn't land on someone's conda. You landed on a vet.
I think that's arguably worse.
Yeah.
Or it could be better. They can take the punishment.
Yeah, it's up.
Oh, that's the red vet you were talking about. Well then.
Okay, I'm in the system. Can I get another wing?
Sure.
I'll leave the wing and y'all can invite him.
Who was it that needed an invite?
Rudeman13.
All right.
Oh, I'm only 8 jumps away from you guys. Might stop playing with this black hole and come see where you guys are.
Oh, another conda's coming in.
Tally ho!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 condas, 2 corvettes. What's that? Oh, 6, 7 condas. Jesus. And then 2 Asp Explorers and that little tiny dolphin. Another conda, I see.
A load of my American friends are coming online now. See the ships moving.
Rudeman, I've sent you. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Wally.
I just want to see a python out here. I haven't seen one yet. And I just like how the python looks.
I was contemplating bringing my python, but I wanted a full weapons loadout as well, and I couldn't get the jump range to a sensible level.
Well, my python's entirely unengineered. Wasn't gonna do that.
My python is beastly against NPCs, at least.
I need to engineer my python, even though it's like my cargo ship. I want it to make it like that cargo ship that will just dish out punishment.
That's exactly what mine is.
It's
I got
like,
three.
Even
three
though still
Millennium
pirates,
Falcons, basically.
even the pirates will still interdict me. I'll still just submit and kill them. But I want something that kills them quicker.
Yeah, I love my python.
A python is basically the Millennium Falcon.
What do you guys run for weapons on your pythons?
I'm running like
I use
2 beams and the rest are
multi-cannon.
multi-cannons. Or it's 3 beams and the rest are
Railgun and multi-cannon.
It's not necessarily, it's not like a pure combat load, it's just a get the job done loadout.
I just use multi-cannons and pulse lasers.
I'm gonna switch over to pulse layers because they don't turn your distributor into worthlessness.
Exactly.
I must be one of the few people that runs straight cannons.
I thought about just regular
FDL
cannons,
ones,
but you can't engineer the corrosive debuff on cannons, and because I can't bear having a ship with odd weapons on each side, they've got to be the same.
Yeah, like I do 2 beams and 3 cannons, and they're all like the sturdy mount with the thing that explodes when it gets inside, so you can like one shot at NPC. Yeah. Again, at Conda's power plant with it. It's fun.
Yeah.
But if you want a fun combat ship, the Federal Assault ship, shieldless, with 4 railguns.
I was gonna say, Verlance, 4 frags and a plasma.
No. The 4 railguns is so much fun.
I'll have to try that out and maybe cook my pilot.
It's not that, like, you can do 2 or 3 shots without completely ruining yourself. You know, I don't even run a heatsink on it. I run 2 shafts and 2 point defense.
Nah, real combat pilots run their ship shieldless and then throw on shield boosters.
What?
Honestly, when I get to Colonia, I'm probably just gonna load this Anaconda up with a bunch of shaft on the utility mounts, just so I can have confetti. And give it a fighter bay, just so I can screw around more, other than having SRV.
That is the other reason why I bought my Conda. I can fit a fighter bay on it.
Yeah, this will be the most combat-oriented my Conda has ever been. A fighter bay and chaff. And I don't intend on using it for combat still. I'm just gonna screw around with the fighter as a little racing ship and chaff for confetti.
I'll get 2 chaffs on my Clipper.
We are being hailed.
I didn't bother with chaff on my Conda, but I got the fighter with chaff on it.
I used to run chaff on my Fertilance, but I never used it, so I just threw on another shield booster and engineered it. works fine.
Not for PvE, I'm sure.
Yeah, because the shields they don't go down, so figure I bother with chaff if they don't
Not
go
on
down.
the Furtherland. That shield is beastly. Especially if you engineer it. The shield on the Furtherlands is just massive.
Oh yeah, even if you just do minor engineering, it's just such a shield tank. But as soon as that shield goes down for any reason, your hull is like wet paper.
Oh yeah. That's what's fun about the assault ship. I'll run that shieldless, and I can still ram NPCs to death.
That's why I want to get the gunship, because it's essentially, it's not a ship, it's a chunk of cast iron that they milled out and threw on thrusters.
Yeah, but it's so unwieldy. Like, it's so fucking slow.
Really, I just want the entire...
It's T-45 in the spaceship world.
Alright, I'm down.
Really, I just want to get the all the ships from the federal dropship line. I already have one, the dropship, but I need to get that assault ship. I think I'll enjoy the assault ship a lot if I enjoy the Fer-de-Lance.
The assault ship is basically the ship between the Vulture and the FDL.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that a lot.
It's so maneuverable, especially if you go shieldless. You put 4 pips to engines and 2 pips to weapons, and you spin around. You can basically boost all day as well with it.
Mm-hmm. The ship I'm most in love with for combat purposes at the moment is actually the Diamondback Explorer.
I need to get another Diamondback
combat ever.
Cheapest ship with a large hardpoint, and because it runs so ridiculously cold, even fully armed and armoured, railguns ahoy.